Welcome to the live stream of the F1 Chat Pod, the world's greatest F1 podcast that isn't just about Formula One, because life isn't just about race cars. Joining me is one of my best friends of all time, Milk Bags in Vancouver. I'm JB in Toronto. Let's review Imola, and then we'll get on to Monaco. And in the middle,
Where's the life part? We'll talk about some life in the middle.
we're going to talk about life. We're going to talk about Ollie Oaks' life, too.
Well, I mean, there's a lot going on over there. And my prediction is going to come true. Alpine will be sold by 2026, 2027. That's my prediction.
Yeah. It's not the hottest take. There's a lot of people that are thinking that. I think there's going to be an implosion before that. I think things are going to get worse before they get better. But anyways, back to the race. Let's talk about
I just want to
Imola.
say that I take takes.
You take takes?
I take people's takes, and I take them for myself.
You take them when they're hot, and then they cool down, and then you give them out.
Yeah. I'm a taker.
Yeah, you're a taker.
Imola was a fantastic race, and you're probably wondering why isn't every Formula One race exciting? Is that correct?
I'm wondering why there's parts of races where the sportscasters get really excited, and I'm not. And I get it that they have to make a mountain out of a molehill as part of their job. Fomenting conflict, creating story and excitement. Everybody has to be like, this is so good. Like the way they talk about the upcoming race in Monaco is like the greatest, the most prestigious, the blah, blah, blah. When it's not the whole story. And Imola has some of that too.
Well, okay. I just want to get some clarification on your statement. So they got excited at a point in the race where you didn't think it was exciting. What was that point?
Max's overtake of Oscar in the start.
So you didn't find that exciting at all?
It was good, but there were other overtakes in the race too, and they didn't shit themselves.
Well, I mean, maybe perhaps it's that you don't realize the significance of the pass.
If you could tone it down on the condescension, I'm asking you your advice, and you're telling me you're an idiot without even...
Listen, I'm just saying that the significance of that pass would drive the excitement of the commentator. So I don't know if he was faking his excitement. I'm not going to get into faking
what I'm asking is, what was so significant, for fuck's sake?
Okay, don't bring out the fists of fury that
you just brought the fists of fury out, and now I bring them out, and
this is the life part of our podcast.
End stream. I'm gonna hit end stream any minute.
It was significant because if Max were to be in the lead after the first lap, he could control the race, and his tires wouldn't degrade. If he was in second place behind Piastri, he might have had more damage to his tires. He would have been under pressure from George or Lando in third, whereas once he got into the lead, he had control. And then what was clear was that, and this is, I'm not sure what this is going to mean for future races, but Piastri wasn't really able to make inroads on Max and the Red Bull when he was in the lead, which is surprising. But that also would suggest that when the McLaren is in cars, the tires can't hold up as well. So in theory, if you want me to stretch for why I think Lando's still hanging in there and doing a great job, is he spent most of his races this year having to pass other cars and be behind cars. And if the tires aren't supposed to be that good when in traffic, Lando's doing a good job. 1 second. Mm-hmm. Hey, sweetheart, could you get me a coffee, babe?
The way that Red Bull cleared the McLaren so decisively, it looked like it was on rails. Are they downplaying the pace of that car?
I think what you're witnessing, okay, first of all, it was an amazing pass by Max around the outside. Was Oscar sleeping a little bit? Yes. Could Oscar have been a little bit more aggressive and, done maybe a Verstappen style move with him? Perhaps. But ultimately, Max was on the outside racing line, which is the better line, and just was the late of the late breakers. Like that was crazy how late he did that. And had
So he braked dangerously close to what? Going off the track or
yeah,
hitting
like
somebody?
well, just basically locking up and not being able to stay on the track, not slowing down fast enough to make the corner, and then going into the gravel. So it was
Is
really
that
impressive.
is that why his car is undrivable for everybody else, or is that part of it? Is because they've tuned it for his late braking cavalier style?
Um, I think they find. I mean, I don't know enough about. I'm not an expert enough on engineering. Here comes my
But that's
babe.
pretty good. Here she comes. Jesus Christ, look at her. Hey, Pearl.
Hi, JB.
She says, "Hey, Pearl."
Hi, Pear. Can't wait to see you in August.
Oh my God, I can't wait. I can't wait to give you a squeeze.
Can't wait to give you a squeeze.
We're going to see you twice in August.
Okay.
Twice.
You got it.
God.
We're going to see him in
Twice.
Toronto. We're going to see him out here in BC.
Oh,
Oh,
right.
yeah.
But I also want to see if when we go to Port Colborne, have a pool party.
Find the lens, baby. Find the lens.
Huh? Where?
Fair.
Here?
Look at this.
Who am I talking to? Oh. We're going to have a barbecue at my parents' house.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, you bring your kids down. They can
Yeah.
hop in a pool. We got a
little
pool.
Yeah.
a big peanut pool.
Right on.
Oh,
Some say kidney pool.
I'll say peanut. Where am I?
So
right there.
So you could tell, you could sort of tell that Oscar was kind of not asleep, but didn't make, wasn't on it as much as he normally would have, maybe because of Russell's radio.
Oh yeah, when Russell said, "What is he doing?" Well,
Yeah.
I think I don't know exactly maybe what George was inferring there, but I would make this suggestion that he broke too early, and that maybe George was surprised that he was not covering the true racing line more than the inside.
Oh,
So he was kind of like in the middle of no man's land. He didn't really pick.
right.
And he
Because
probably
he was
really-
trying to cover off George too, maybe.
Because George was right on his buttocks,
Yeah,
as they say.
they do say, especially the English.
The buttocks. So, but you can't take anything away from Max. That was an incredible pass. And
Yeah.
what they also did, according to let me take from Peter Windsor. Peter Windsor was like, what they're very good at is the car's not quite doing what they wanted to do on the track. And Max and his engineers, his team of engineers on his side of the Red Bull garage, communicate, refine. Now we got a car where he can feel comfortable and attack, and then he wins a race. It's incredible. I still hate him. I mean, I don't hate him. I don't hate anybody because what is the word?
Because you're
hate?
full of love. You're full of love.
Well, I'm not full of love. Come on, don't be.
You're a lover.
No,
you're a lover.
No, I'm moody.
Well, you're moody, that's for sure. But that comes when you lead with your heart and not your brain.
That's true.
How did Russell have the best start? Because one of the commentators said, I think it was David Coulthard, he said Russell had the best start. How does a driver have a better start than someone else?
He just gets better traction. He's able to apply the throttle and the speed. So he's the transfer of like power to the tire, all of that. He does it best. He launches at the right time. And also some of it's a bit of technicality. Some cars are engineered better to have that, I guess, initial torque. By the way, if anyone's wondering, I don't know how to fix a car.
Nobody does. They're just computers now. So on an F1 car, you've got two pedals, brake and acceleration, and then there's no clutch. It's all automatic. It's all buttons. But is there a clutch, or do you just press the buttons?
You just go now. It's if I remember correctly, there might be a clutch on the paddle. I have to look that up. I don't really know.
Okay, so I'm just wondering
there has to be at the beginning.
How does Russell have such? Because you see him accelerate, like he's got way more pace than Oscar does, but Oscar happens to be in front of him. So,
yeah, I mean, also the tires. Maybe Russell managed to get his tires warmed up more, and they were at the right temperature to have a better traction.
Right. Let's talk about tires, because when Kimi drives off the course with his engine failure.
Yeah.
you see how sticky the tires are because they're covered in grass and dirt,
Debris, correct.
debris.
Can you sit up just a little higher so I can see more of your face?
Yeah, sorry.
It's just, your face is part of the show. You could lower your mic if you wanted.
I'm full of advice today.
Oh, look at that. That was an easy maneuver.
I'm slouching. Those tires are, especially if he's got the softs on, they're sticky, aren't they?
Yeah, they heat up and they're like, yeah, like
Like,
I mean,
are they on their way to melting?
Yeah, it must be. I don't know. I've never actually been lucky enough to be close to the closest to an F1 car I've ever been was the Montreal Grand Prix at the hairpin. And I don't know.
We got to get you into a paddock, Milky.
Oh my! I would be so happy. I'd be so excited if I got that opportunity. Been watching Formula One for 30 years, maybe more. I started probably watching when I was like 11.
And you don't take this podcasting more seriously. Like this is your one route to. That reminds me, I should stop trash talking people if we ever want to be invited to a paddock.
Well, we'll never be invited.
Why not?
Because of the approach of our podcast.
But here we're changing the approach. Remember, you're the expert. Yeah, you're the expert, and I'm the sports psychologist. Although
but the thing is we probably can't talk. Like we probably shouldn't. We can't. I mean, maybe a little swearing's okay, but not according to the FIA. We're not supposed to swear, so there's that.
But that has nothing to do with us.
No, but also like perhaps some of our jokes or context or our scathing attacks on some of the people like let's take Flavio Briatore, for example. Why he's allowed in Formula One? He cheated. He should never have been allowed in the sport again.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
If I met him, I'd tell him.
Yeah, you would. You would feed beets to a septuagenarian who's losing cognitive function.
Do you see him standing? He's on the pit wall. His mouth is.
Yeah.
Like that's when your mouth is open like that. That's a sure sign you're trying any way to get information into your head.
Yeah, I think it happens to men and women of a certain age where you're just so tired.
Yeah, that you're.
And when you're watching a screen, he's just mesmerized by all the colors.
Yeah. See, this is why no one's going to invite us or come on our podcast.
Okay, we don't have to worry about Alpine. They're not going to exist within 2 calendar years. But so I just wonder, instead of trash talking everybody, maybe we're fans of, I think I'm going to be a fan of Mercedes. I think that's my number one lifelong team. I'm going to finally
but you also have to trash talk. You have to trash talk Mercedes as well.
But why? I love Toto.
Because nobody talks about these. Everyone's so delicate.
They are, and it's so boring
that it's boring. So it's it's like it's just like I'm not saying we should be purposefully aggressive or but I'm just saying the truth is I think Max is a dirty driver. I don't think he's a good driver. People can say that he's a good driver. I think he's a dirty driver.
No. So I think you're wrong. He is a good driver and he's dirty. It's not the dirty that makes him good, but it's the dirty because he's an incredible driver, once in a generation. And his record speaks to that. And he's dirty, and that gives him the advantages over the rules.
Yes.
Don't you think?
You could, I'm not saying he's a bad driver. I'm saying he's a dirty driver. And I'm not going to say that he's a good driver either. I'm going to say that perhaps his behavior of being a bad driver has allowed him to get into a position of power, which he has. He legitimately brake tested Lewis Hamilton, and Lewis Hamilton tried to avoid him and drove into the back of him in the Saudi Grand Prix in 2021. He literally braked. The telemetry is all there.
Yeah.
He did it.
Yeah.
Let's
go to that video now.
Okay. Watch it.
You can see it right there.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I've never disagreed with you on that point.
So all I'm saying is he never should have won the first world championship. He never should have won.
Right. But he would have won a subsequent one because he's a great driver.
Yeah, and then now the argument becomes in 2022 and 2023 that car was unbeatable.
Mm-hmm.
It was a perfect car.
Oh, I see. So,
So
you're
then you're
saying
like,
he's good, not great.
You know, so I would argue that I mean, whatever. I mean, it's crazy to say that Max Verstappen isn't a great champion, but I can't.
It may be your warmest take yet.
I can't. I just don't buy it. He 2022, 2023, he had the best car.
Yeah.
That was miles, destroyed everybody. So when you have that and you're in position, it's just like when Ayrton Senna and Alain Prost had McLaren won every race but one. It was just those two, but at least it was Alain Prost and Ayrton Senna, two of the best drivers competing head to head. Like Ayrton Senna still had to be amazing to beat Alain Prost, and vice versa. Who did Max Verstappen have? The revolving door of Perez. Oh, well, Perez would be good for the start of the year, and then he'd be smashing the tequilas and eating the burritos. He'd slow down. He'd be done.
Yeah, that's the kind of flagrant slander that people will
unnecessary
racial
being
slurs.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you're our own Dr. Helmut Markle right now.
All I'm saying is that I have
that Mexican people are lazy.
That's not what I'm saying. That's clearly not the
case. You heard
it
here first. That's exactly what Milbanks just said. Mexican people are lazy drunks.
I was going for a bad joke. It didn't land very well.
Way better.
And you made it way better. What I'm saying is that Formula One, when I watch any podcast, when I watch or listen to any commentator, it is so bland.
It is.
It is so boring.
They'd say all the same things over and over again. I guess Kevin, what's his name, the old bald guy?
Kevin.
The guy who lost his credentials. I say this every episode.
It's Peter Windsor.
Peter Windsor.
He's the only one.
He's the only one, and yet I still listen to his podcasts, and I don't know. He doesn't say terrible things.
No, but he says, well, I mean, clearly he doesn't say what I just said about tequila. But what he says is he's candid in his and blunt and calculative in his assessment of what's happening. Like he doesn't mince his words. Like he'll say, like, well, Lando clearly doesn't have the mental strength, and I'll tell you why. Blah 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 blah. And like he's like, blunt.
Right.
When Murray Walker and James Hunt were commentators for F1, Murray Walker loved Formula One. He got super excited, would make mistakes, would just like blurt out weird stuff. James Hunt was the race car driver, and he was amazing because he would, provide some analytical stuff, but he'd also be like, well, that was a stupid move by, like, he would literally say that was an idiot move.
Yeah.
What a bonehead move. He would say stuff like that.
Did they get canned for that, or was that in
James died in a helicopter accident, so.
Well, and who was flying it? Do we know?
No, I don't know. I mean, listen, I just started watching Damon Hill's on High Performance. Damon Hill's interview. You should watch that.
I can't wait.
Yeah, it's really good. I mean, I'm a huge Damon Hill fan.
I was just looking at pictures of his father.
Mm-hmm.
He looked like Errol Flynn.
Yeah,
he looked like a movie star.
Yeah, he was a hero back then.
What was his name? Bruce?
Graham
Hill.
No, there's never been a hero named Bruce.
No, Bruce Wayne. Suck it.
That was
bitch.
made up.
Right there.
That's a made up hero. That's not a real hero. Bruce Wayne is not real.
Heroes are all made, Milky. They're all made.
No, but Graham Hill was an actual hero. He was Bruce Wayne was a Hollywood thing. Give me a real hero named Bruce.
Bruce Campbell.
Who's that?
Hero to many in those movies.
No, it can't be movies.
No, he's a real actor in the horror movies. Anyways,
he can't. I'm talking.
Bruce Jenner. I don't mean to dead name. Is that what you call it? I think.
I don't know. This podcast, we are
Caitlyn Jenner.
Right.
They're a hero to many. Love is love, Milky. You racist. Mexican lesbian hating.
That's not true. I love everybody.
I've got another question.
Yeah.
Why does the virtual safety car save you seconds on your pit stop? David Coulthard said, and there's the virtual safety car.
Right.
My Scottish is
Right.
perfect,
Let's
isn't
do
it?
this. Let's make fun of the
And it
Scottish now.
saves,
Let's do it.
saves, yeah,
This is the most offensive
saves you
podcast that no one watches.
That's right. Have another drink there, Scotty.
Hey, babes. I need to fill up, babes. I need to fill up of my coffee. Let's go.
Why does the VS
Sweetheart, let's go. I need some more coffee.
Why does the VSC save? Why did he say the VSC saves you 10 seconds on your pit stop?
Here she comes. I'm gonna get upset
Right now?
with the safety car shenanigans.
Oh, okay. But after
And
the coffee
virtual
comes?
safety. Well, hopefully, if she comes, if she's a person
She's
who
a
loves
good
me.
wife. She's a good wife. If she knows her place.
Oh, this is the offense. Let's get ready for all the comments. Guys, we're just people. We're just having fun. None of it's serious. Seriously, don't take what I'm saying so seriously. Seriously, I'm being serious right now.
If only there were people watching us and taking offense.
You're right. Safety cars. Okay. We need them, I guess. The reason why they get used a lot more is because they don't want people dying. Seems like a good reason. Certainly for the volunteers that don't get paid, that's annoying. That a $1 billion industry, all these people volunteer to be marshals. You volunteer, and you risk your life to pull a driver out of his car if he can't get out himself or whatever. Pardon me. So there's that. That's interesting. I don't know. Maybe pay the volunteers something. Second, safety cars come out way too fast, way too easy.
Yeah.
And they basically, what they do is, if you do a full safety car, it nullifies all the hard work that Max had done with a full safety car. Because now the pack shortens. Okay.
Why does it shorten? Why don't they just
because the rules are
keep them all in the
good point, right? So what happens is it's a way of like mixing the order. Like that's why they keep it in. As that's the only reason I can think of it. Because there are ways to have a safety car, not anyone. Just be like, it's a virtual safety car is an example, right? Whereas, but let me just finish my thing about the safety car normal. The safety car normal thing is that it bunches all the cars together, right? And it's like it's a new race within the race, essentially, is what happens. I think that's kind of lame, I mean, it's rules, and it makes up the rules for, and if there's the rules, then that's fine. I guess that's how it's going to unfold. But it kind of sucks because Max had like a 10-second lead or whatever. He deserved that lead. Another guy goes off the track, doesn't park his car in the right spot, and now we have a yellow flag for 7 laps while they get a car off the road. Seems kind of lame. I'm not sure what the exact answer to that is. Maybe you don't count the laps. Maybe the race is nullified.
Count the laps.
Maybe a safety car comes on,
and
if it takes 7 laps, you keep going, and then the cars are losing fuel, and then you have to come back in and get more fuel because the teams put a certain amount of fuel in the car to go to the race. They calculate exactly how much. But if a safety car comes out and those laps don't count, that changes a whole bunch of stuff.
And you're going to add back in refueling?
Well, yeah. If you can fly an aeroplane and refuel it in the sky, you can do it in Formula One. They got rid of it in Formula One because it
danger.
Seemed as danger. But the number of times there was flame issue, it's like twice in the modern era.
Refueling would be good. That'd be exciting.
It would be. Also, you can, like, with technology and time, they could be like a way in which you manage how fast that part of the mechanism that goes in. Like, they could just be like, no pit stops allowed to be more than 3 seconds. And then people will complain, but if you're worried about safety, that's what you do.
Right.
You could come up with a system for that. Like the fuel goes in first before you put on the tires. Right.
Yeah. Or maybe it's battery charging.
Well, that would be Formula E, I think.
No, the hybrids, they have batteries.
Yeah, they do, but
So you could come in for a
right.
battery charge.
Yeah,
Then
yeah,
we'd have plenty of time for more commercials.
yeah. So
Maybe
that's
maybe the drivers then eat
yeah.
something.
Plus Formula One has a limit on how long they can race. There's a time limit. So like a race can't
They've
go over
got
so
rules
many minutes.
about everything.
I know. So like what like here's my point. What is the like who cares how long it takes for the race? What is that rule? Why is that rule even there? Someone's got to tell me why a race has to be completed within a certain amount of time. Because if there's a red flag or a stop or whatever, and it goes a bit longer, who cares? Baseball will go to 50 innings until there's a winner.
Yeah,
Hockey will
that's
play
true.
7 overtimes. So what is the
Yeah, that's
why?
true. Yeah.
What is the rule? Someone needs to tell me what that rule is. I don't know.
Um,
Second, you
yeah,
wanted to talk about the virtual safety car and why it saved 10 seconds. It's because the
yeah,
cars are locked in at a certain time that they have to go around the track. There's a time delta,
right.
which then gives a person an advantage to pit. So what happened to Lando was Lando pitted the lap before the virtual safety car came out. And when the virtual safety car came out, he could only travel so fast. Other cars can pit, and then they save, I think it was like 12 seconds, because at normal race pace, you'd get around the track faster and you'd pass the person that's in the pit. But when there's a time delta and you can only go so fast, the pit lane saves time. They save 12 seconds in the pit lane.
I see, because they don't
Slows.
count.
Yeah.
Everybody slows. What does delta mean?
It's a time delta. It's like between A to B. So
Oh, a delta is the distance between 2
I think
points.
so. You're
Oh,
talking to
okay.
someone that has lots of strong opinions and says things, and then
Cheap pit stops. This is my last pit stop question. During the virtual safety car, do teams have unlimited tires?
no, they're given a set of tires of
Set
different types of
amount.
tires. Yeah.
So at Imola, when there was another safety car, everybody came in to pit yet again. Are they putting on old tires?
Well, some of they might have. It depends on how many tires you've used throughout the weekend.
Right. So if your strategy changes, we'll be, let's go back to the mediums. We've got some, they're still usable.
Yeah.
And are they from different old races, or are they just set amount the tires per race? Once that race is done, those tires go to the tire fire?
I mean, environmentally, it's a disaster, 100%.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm beginning to like that these days.
What? Destroying the planet?
Yeah.
Okay. This is the type of controversy we're going to like. We want everybody
Just get it
to
over
come,
with.
just to come.
You know?
Well, I
Just
mean,
burn it up. I'm with Alberta on this one. Just
oh,
light ducklings on fire. Just be
and
done with it.
could we use the duckling fires as a way to fuel something?
Now you're talking.
Right?
This is the kind of collaborative spirit that I want.
Right.
This is how we get to the good ideas.
My wife never brought me a second coffee.
I don't know, man. I don't think she cares about you anymore. I think we should wrap it up.
What?
Your marriage. How
No,
long have
no,
you
no.
guys been married for?
No, it'd be too much work to find somebody new.
Yeah. No, you don't want to do that.
No.
It's a nightmare. I'm not even doing it.
No.
I gave up.
Well, don't give up. But
It's so easy, though, when you're alone.
Yeah, to just sort of get on with your day and do your own thing.
I just do whatever I want all the time. And it's so cheap.
Oh my
And,
God.
dude, I don't spend any money.
Oh, I do.
Oh, I know you do, because you have a woman. Also,
See, again, we've done this is the most we should just it's the most offensive podcast we've done. I love it. Keep going.
it's terrible, isn't it?
Yeah, we're
Also,
horrible.
and forgive me if I'm repeating myself, because I say this one too much, but it's still exciting. When you make a mistake and you're alone, it's like it never happened. You don't have to defend yourself. You don't have to explain nothing.
Right.
You just it just washes over, and you're like, "Whoops! I'm in Mississauga by accident.
Yeah.
Oh well, let's go see if there's a good burrito place here."
I broke the
like
coffee.
Mexican.
Yep, like I broke a
Yeah.
plate. Oops. Oh, I overcooked the.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't take the garbage out, and now the kitchen smells like tuna.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so easy. So I really enjoy being single, but I do miss boobs.
Yeah.
That's what
I
I'm
mean,
really missing.
I mean, like, here's what just a thought on, not on the boob part, but the thought on like the fact that you can kind of, you know, I mean, you have children, so there
Yeah.
is some responsibility, but at a certain point, that
Yeah.
will become less. You'll always be a parent. You'll always worry. And you'll always want to help, but you will at some point be able to be like, well, what am I doing? Where do I want to be? And what makes the most sense for me right now? And that means it could be Portugal or Italy or Costa Rica, or is it
Hmm.
Costa or Costa? Again, I've offended the Costa Ricans. Costa Ricans? I'm just going to call them the Ricas.
Just call yeah, call them the brown people down there.
We can't see like we've just really seriously, don't take what I'm saying so serious right now. Seriously, I'm being super serious.
My mom and dad were visiting this weekend,
Oh my goodness.
and my dad, due to his, I don't know, hypochondria or just the way he enjoys illness, he just came here and we visited pharmacies and walk-in clinics. That's all we did. And he came out of a Shoppers Drug Mart at we were waiting outside the Shoppers to open on Sunday morning. Like we were the first ones there. And he comes out, finally open, he goes in, he gets stuff, comes out and he sits down and he's just like,
Sorry, one sec. Hey, babes.
David, stop it.
Oh, and I'm getting, see?
God, I'm not going to do that.
Okay, she's done now. It was fun the first time, but not anymore. It's okay. Sorry, babes. I love you. I know. We're just in the middle of an important podcast. That's all. Sorry. Okay. We're just having fun. It was just a joke. It was just a joke.
I live for those. I've been hearing David stop it for decades. It's so good.
Well, we've been together a long time. So if you think about it,
David, I know.
David, stop it is a very pertinent most of the time.
Does she still say, David, I know?
When
you're
yes.
mansplaining shit to her?
Yeah.
David, I know.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, so he gets into the car and he goes, these people.
She's about, it was, hey, babes, I love you. Thank you very much.
Okay, are we done with? Can I finish this? Now this joke is ruined. He gets into the car and he says, "These people, I wish I could understand them. Brown people."
Oh my goodness, that's what your dad said.
Yeah. So I come by it honestly, I guess. My casual racism is more about I like offending. I like offending left wingers more. That's really who I'm trying to upset. I think that's what you're doing too. Even though I'm a left winger, I like offending my own people. I'm not trying to offend the people of color. I'm trying to offend the parsimonious left who is so precious.
I think the reality is I don't know what I'm doing.
And that's why you're so free.
I think I don't know what I'm doing. Half the time I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know, if, when I've gone too far. I mean, sometimes I know when I've gone too far, but sometimes I genuinely don't. The second cup of coffee was probably too far.
Yeah.
It's the demand. Okay.
It's the demand. I know. It was just part of the joke. That's all. It was just.
Don't see the defending. You're just digging yourself a hole.
It's true. Yeah.
Yeah. When okay, it's 35 minutes in.
Sorry.
I know you've got a hard out in 25 minutes. Ollie in Dubai. Let's talk about what happened to Ollie Oakes, who I always thought was just the sweetest guy. Now, the rumors, Milky, I mean, this is really what my favorite part about F1 is. I love that there's controversy. I love that we don't know where Oliver Oakes is. I didn't know he had a brother before that. Well,
yeah, he was still in the paddock. He was running the high-tech team, which was the Formula 2 team, I believe.
What do you mean he was still in the paddock? He went to Dubai.
Yeah, but then he came back and was running the F2 team, high-tech, at the Imola. I believe,
No way.
or the F2 race
No.
was in Dubai. I'm not sure. But he went because he used to have a lower. He had a team that he ran in a
Yeah,
lower
high tech.
category.
Yeah, hold on.
Now he needs to
This
figure it out.
red cardinal. I fucking hate red cardinals. They're so loud. I used to love them. So wait a second.
Now we're even offending the Cardinals.
Ollie Oaks went to Dubai, then he came back for Imola.
I think so. Yeah, I think I thought that's what I read, that he was back in the paddock managing the high tech team in Formula 2.
Where did you read that?
What would have been on Planet F1 or something like that?
Because I just read on Planet F1 that he went to Dubai, right? And then I looked up, does the UAE, the United Arab Emirates, do they have an extradition treaty with the UK? And they do not have a formal one, according to ChatGPT. So then I thought, oh, he's gone there because his brother got nabbed and he doesn't want to be. And he doesn't want to be subpoenaed either. Then I looked up who else lives in Dubai. Mohammed bin Suleiman, MBS.
See, this is the offensive podcast, without a doubt.
And well, it's not hard to offend MBS, president of the FIA.
No, you can't swear.
He's offended by someone saying, darn it. So what do you think of all that? I mean, it means a lot less if now Ollie is back and everything's fine. But
well, according what I read was that he has no ties to whatever his brother did, which was, I think, carrying a lot of money somewhere. Was that what it was?
Yeah, it's called money laundering.
Oh.
And that brings in the Russian oligarch Mazarin.
Right, who used to fund Haas.
Who used to fund Haas, and his kid drove there.
Yeah.
And now Mazapan has 75% of high tech, or the holding company that holds high tech.
Yeah, I think you're correct. I think he's going to try and buy Alpine.
It's all so juicy. I just love it.
You really want to know.
I want to know all this stuff because, Alex Jakes has the market cornered on making cars passing each other seem like everybody should have an aneurysm over it. Whereas I think the exciting things is Flavio Briatore, a Russian oligarch, money laundering, a shell company on the Isle of Man. That sounds way better to me.
I think that, again, unfortunately, you're misguided. That the sportscasters can't talk about that because if they say anything too in-depth, ask any questions that are too serious, they'll be murdered.
Never once did I say Alex Jakes should be talking about this. I was just stating my personal preference.
Okay. You would
I like the
them.
juicy stuff. And
well, so this is maybe what you can provide.
Yeah. I mean, the extent of my research capabilities is a wiki search. It's not like I'm there in the room hearing stuff. It's not like I'm near you know what I mean? It's all going to be week-old information.
It's other people's takes. You're a taker as well.
I'm a taker as well.
I do think it's an element of Formula One, the skullduggery, the swimming with sharks, some of the nefarious characters, even though I don't know what the word nefarious means.
No, you used it right.
I did.
Yeah. Yeah. Nefarious is right. What have you got? What have you got? That's the end of my questions, of my preparation.
Well, I'm going to go to this. I have some psychology questions for you.
Oh, terrific. Thank you.
Because, when I look at the grid, right?
Yeah.
And I start going through the drivers. Christina's off to work, so I'm going to give her a kiss.
Atta girl,
I love
Christina.
her. I love her so much.
Now you do.
I love her.
Do you?
I do love you. Of course, I love
Pearl.
her. She works so hard.
I love you too, Pearl.
Christina,
love you too.
Learning how to do, she's a teacher of Pilates. What's the other one? The reformer. I was going to say revolver, and I was like, that sounds like she's
He
teaching
hasn't
people how
come
to
to any
fire
of my
guns.
classes yet.
He's a
I will.
terrible person.
I will, but I do. But my lower back hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye, gorgeous.
Get in here.
Love you.
Get in here. Get in here. Give me a kiss again on camera.
No. I'm not your servant.
Yeah, I never said you were.
No, I know, but you can just ask for coffee politely.
I know. I just did it in a Scottish accent, and that never sounds polite. If you're
JB,
Scottish, you don't sound polite.
You agreed, right? You were like Milky.
Yeah, he's a cunt.
Well, you can't say that. This is the most offensive podcast we've ever done.
Milkbags is a real cunt. You
No, stop
should.
saying
That's a
it.
good idea. Love you.
I'm telling you, she'll go teach classes, and then she'll still come home and do a workout.
Wow.
It's incredible. Like sometimes I will go to the office and maybe work with Dylan for a little bit and then come home and be like, I can't lift anything.
Don't you feel like a fat fuck around her?
I do. I do.
Yeah.
I get worried about this.
Oh.
About the
right. Mine's
then,
right here. Mine's right here.
Oh, there. I don't have that yet.
There's fat right here. I'm like, what's the point of this?
Yeah, here and above the hips.
And here. There's a whole bunch of, it's huge here. It's just a whole bunch of.
Yeah, well, if your microphone was appropriately placed, we would have had a better joke.
Speaking of Dylan, I sent him a voice memo like 2 weeks ago when Jen Darbalay died. I was like, "Oh, my friends are being murdered," and I was like, "Hey, I haven't talked to Dylan in a long time." Sent him a voice memo. Nothing. Never heard back from him.
Well, I mean,
so fuck him.
I'm not going to justify his behavior, but
good.
But he is a busy man.
Did you freeze or did I?
I just like to not move, so you think I'm frozen. So back to the psychology. When I look at the grid, and I don't know how familiar you are with all the drivers, but
pretty familiar.
I want to like. I was like, who do you think are the top 3 most fragile-minded performers, and who do you think are the top 3 strong-minded performers?
Yeah,
because I like when we started talking about psychology, and you were going to, like how people, got me thinking, because like when we do the live comedy shows and they don't sell very well, there's a part of me that gets like, what am I doing wrong? Maybe I'm stupid, and why can't I figure out how to do meta ads, or why can't I figure out how to do a better job? What is it? And then when you do the show and you see the joy and the goodness, you're like revitalized. I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Like it's like, so what is that change in the mindset?
Let me just bring up a list of the names so I know, so I have it all fresh. I mean, what do we know about Liam Lawson? Where's his mind at? We know that Max and Oscar are the strongest. Mentally, Max and Oscar are the strongest, right?
Well, I think so. I mean, I just want to know what your top 3 are, because I was going to throw some stuff out of you. Hey, sweetheart, I'm just curious when you might be back, if you.
My class is 11 to 11:45.
So you'll be back at like 3?
1.
Oh, sorry. I thought you had other classes to teach.
No, I'm covering someone today.
Oh, lovely. Okay. And then and then she has a writing class from 4 to 7. Oh, she's not doing that, guys. She's not going to do that. Okay.
Charles and Lewis. I mean, overall, I would say Lewis Hamilton, Charles, Lando has got to be one of the weakest mentally. Right?
Just give me your top 3 strongest. Go.
Milky, before you yell at me, you could have given me these questions ahead of time. I don't have my top fucking 3, if you haven't noticed. I'm looking at a list and trying to come up with names, okay?
I just thought you would have had this.
You give me your top 3.
Psychologist.
Jesus.
Studying to be a therapist. I thought you would have had all this stuff sort of thought about already if you're such a...
No, you didn't. You only think about yourself.
You're right.
Give me your top 3, for fuck's sake.
My top 3 strongest mentally would certainly be Max Verstappen, followed by, I would say, I'm not going to say close, because I don't know yet. I feel like Oscar Piastri hasn't had enough intensity and pressure on him, but he's definitely a number 2. And then I don't think Charles Leclerc has a strong mentality. I think he actually is quite emotional and needs to figure it out. It's either Lewis or Alonso.
Mm. I don't know. Alonso in Imola, he didn't sound strong. He sounded like a good old-fashioned Spanish Catholic guilt trip going on.
Oh God, this is the offense
I'm the
podcast I've ever
most
watched.
unluckiest driver in
Yeah,
the
he
fucking
swore.
world.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's definitely not looking back to the time he won 2 world championships. There's that. I mean, he did.
That's incredible. He's amazing. I wish I had been around to watch him race.
Oh, you should. Yeah, but yeah, you should bring your laptop then. Okay, guys, this is the brutal life part of our podcast. We're not here. We're not uncensoring this, right? We don't
You
uncensor
guys
this.
have the longest goodbyes.
Well, this is what happens. She goes to the door. She's back again. And then she grabs something and she goes, and then she got to grab another thing. So
Oh,
it's
I
I'm
do
the
that.
same way.
I do
I'm
that.
like, I get to the door. I'm like, what? Oh, don't have that. It's literally don't have my keys, don't have my phone,
Yeah.
don't have my wallet.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. Like, how come I don't have those things just always at the ready?
Speaking of you leaving, how's it going out there when you leave the house? How's it going in the rest of your comedy life with the shows and the auditions and the
I think you're avoiding
anything?
the top 3 strongest minds and weakest minds of Formula One, and I'm not sure why you're skirting the issue.
No, I wasn't. I just want to hear. I was just asking about you. I'm interested in your life.
Are you asking me that because you want me to ask about your life?
No. Okay, if you don't want to, okay,
No,
top
sure,
three,
sure.
top 3 weakest. You managed 2. See, you weren't even prepared for your
No,
own question.
I told you it's Max, it's Oscar, it's either Lewis or Alonso for top strong minds. Top 3 weakest.
Yeah.
It's it's Yuki Tsunoda, it's
Yeah.
it's Lando Norris,
Yeah.
and it's probably, again, I'll sit on the fence, Liam Lawson. Okay. And now that I'm thinking about it, I'm actually going to say Lance Stroll has a super strong mind, because the fact that he's still in Formula One
Mm-hmm.
blows my mind.
Mm-hmm.
And now, having said that, he scored more points than Alonso. So
Lance Stroll in F1 is so interesting to me because where do you get motivation from? When you why is he competitive when he knows the reason he's there is because of his dad?
well, other drivers are sometimes there, not just because of their dad, but because of big sponsorship.
Oh, that's true.
So
Explain to me how that works. Like Colapinto, why can he drive so much sponsorship money? How does that work?
well, I think he's from South America, which has a huge following for Formula One. There's that.
He's Argentine, right?
Correct. Yeah. And cue offensive remarks by us in the most offensive.
Oh,
part,
sorry,
right?
sorry.
Yeah.
Apparently they're the worst fans on earth.
Why is that?
Well, Colapinto was even quoted as referring to it, and he's a bit worried about something that fans of his were posting about Yuki. I don't know if it was racist or what, but it was. But people were talking on some forum about how Argentinian fans are the
brutal.
Yeah, they're the worst. And somebody was quoted as saying it's only a matter of time till they turn on Colapinto.
Well, I could see that. I mean, like for me, I was going to do a dumb little meme or a dumb little video for TikTok, which maybe I'll still do, when Colapinto crashed in qualifying, and then you cut to Flavio Briatore, and you're just like, well, here's what's interesting. They paid a lot of money to get him on loan from Williams. There's a lot of money in Argentina behind him. They want the marketing. They want that driver in the car. So Jack Doohan really had no chance. There's all that money behind Franco to be in the car, be racing, to talk about it, sponsorship, all that. So Jack was cooked like last year. Like, it's just such a shame.
Yeah.
Granted, it's not like he was crushing it out there either.
No.
But he only had like 5 races or 6 races. Like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
Anyway, So Franco, again, this is where Franco is in some ways like Lance Stroll. He's just got a bunch of money behind him,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I would say Lance has made less mistakes than Franco in, if you were to compare like the 6 races that, now again, Lance has had more time in the car and he's probably more calm, but I don't know what the point it is I'm trying to make there other than
Tell me about him being on loan. When does he go back to Williams, if ever? Or do they just pay extra to have him outright?
well, they might eventually. There's probably clearly like the Netherlands is calling me. Like, is that because I've offended? It's the Netherlands.
That's great. Is it Max?
It could have been Max. This is why I want
Congrats.
to change. This is why I want to change my phone number.
I do too. All I get is ni hao.
Yeah, it's just or like Bell, Telus. Everyone just call.
I just block all the numbers. Any number comes, I just block. I never answer. I just block. Same with emails. I just block contact. Block.
All these things
block,
are
block.
all this is a pager with a television screen.
Yeah, but also a porn machine.
Yeah. It's everything but a telephone.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I've got a telephone.
like a landline.
Yeah, I got a Bang & Olufsen high design from like 1992.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it looks like here.
Send
I'll
me
get
a picture.
it. I'll get it.
No,
It's
no.
ridiculous.
Okay, you know what? The podcast is
No, I'm
terrible
gonna get
anyways. You might as well go get it. Why is the Netherlands calling me?
Oh yeah, look at this.
I mean, I'm talking to myself because you're not here, JB, but like it's just like the amount of like random numbers. They just sell our phone numbers everywhere. It seems a little ridiculous. Yeah, I think I am going to change my phone number. What would I change it to? 8421. Seems nice. 9926. That's a good last word. What's it like? 5244. Like it has to sound good. It'd be great if I could pick my own number, but it seems like it's a lot of work to find the right number.
Look at that.
Oh wow.
Isn't that beautiful?
That is a piece of art. Yeah.
Let me call you back. I'm doing a podcast.
Right.
I don't even know how to hang it up.
There you go.
When we got it, I had to show my kids how to use it.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it?
Maybe I should just get a landline.
Let's just get landlines, and then you can do this. You know?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Can't do that anymore.
No.
You can also
Like you could
not with
cook.
this
You
dumb
could
phone,
make
but with a real landline. You can slam it down.
Yeah. Oh, JB, how do these drivers overcome their mental? I mean, their mental like weakness.
Well, they've got sports psychologists on. Sorry, they've got sports psychologists on the team. That's how they overcome it. You do exercises, you do visualizations. They have to all be doing visualizations before every single race.
Right.
And then they have therapy also. But what I can't understand is why it doesn't help Lando. It seems like it's helping him eventually now. Like that last race, I thought that was one of Lando's best this year.
Yeah, but qualifying wasn't.
No, it's true. It's tricky.
It's
He's never been good at qualifying, has he?
Well, no, he has. That was what he was really good at last year.
Oh.
Yeah, like that's what's discouraging. Now maybe it's the car's got a tighter window, or maybe the car's not quite exactly how, Lando would like it.
Yeah. Let's talk about clips because it's we're almost at the hour, and I want to keep us at an hour. What do you think about that?
Yeah, sure.
Because I gotta
Be different.
I gotta go back.
I got
to school.
stuff to do too. I got so much stuff to do.
I
have to do my exercises.
Clips. When are you going to actually do some of these?
Yeah, I you know what? I'll try today. I'll put in an Opus clip today.
Because I was thinking about your idea about when you're watching a race that you film a little thing and you get traction that way.
Yeah, I don't
I
think our
think
clips are
that'd be
going to get.
the
I don't think
I
our
think that'd
clips
be
are going.
that'd be the easiest thing to do.
Our clips won't get traction. I don't think on the internet. But when you like, I can try one today with the my stupid Colapinto one where just and some stupid thing about Colapinto crashing and then cutting to Flavio. I've got it recorded. I could do that, and I bet you it gets 5,000 plays on TikTok.
Great. And then would you be able to direct people to where? The
Well, I
podcast,
would.
the YouTube channel?
Yeah, I could. I could follow us on YouTube at Flint. Right, I could do that.
Because you haven't done that yet, right?
Correct.
Because I do think that we should start. I think that I think these are getting good enough that we should start advertising. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't even know what's good, JB. I mean, first of all, this has been an offensive podcast, and maybe that's a good thing.
I think it's pretty good. I
You know,
think offensive is fun sometimes.
but again,
But
we're not
but
serious. That's the thing. We're not.
but
We're
mostly the offense is there because we're missing out on the truth in the sport that we love. You know, we watch F1 and we watch all the corollary video and audio, and we're missing out on the truth, except for from short corners.
right.
So that's we're not just being offensive because we're assholes. We're doing it because we're like, we know something's going on, Ollie Oaks. What's going on? Why won't someone tell us? God damn it! Why is MBS so infatuated with V10s all of a sudden? What the hell's happening? Everything smells fishy around here.
Well, the V10s were what everyone really wanted, and they got
That was a
away.
smokescreen. That all of a sudden MBS is like, I'm thinking about bringing back V10s. Oh, really? As soon as you're being investigated and you're getting a whole bunch of ink spilt over your dumb behavior and you treating players, the drivers like children and your refusal to meet them all of a sudden, and then you have a meeting about the V10s and then all of FIA goes, what are you doing? And they all voted down and then it's dead.
I mean, look, I get it. We should talk about that. I think we should talk about more of that stuff. I think it's part of the show. And look, I will try today to put one of the downloads into Opus Clips, and then we'll see what Opus Clips can do with it. And then I can. I wonder if I can go back and re-edit the description on some of the videos I've already made and just say, "Watch us at YouTube" or something. I'll try that.
Whatever it is, the least amount of work, because
it's all a lot of work.
I wonder when I send you the WeTransfers of the video, have you used them yet?
No, they're in a folder, which I have to drag into Opus Clip, and then Opus Clip spends an hour, 2 hours, I don't know, clipping.
But I mean, because this is all time sensitive, I'm wondering if after the point of me sending you the video from...
No, I don't think it matters because here's an example. For now, I mean, ideally, in a perfect world, it would be quicker. There's no question that's better. However, my Lewis Hamilton TikTok video, which has over 1 million plays, still has people liking it.
Why don't you just make more of those then?
Again, same thing. It's time. It'll take me half an hour to
How long did the Lewis Hamilton one take to make? Half an hour. And what is it? Can you send it to me?
Well, just go to my TikTok. Go on TikTok.
I can't go to TikTok. Look at me. I can't go there. Did you get a haircut?
I did. You can go to
Looks
TikTok.
Good.
You can go to TikTok, JB.
No.
Then I don't know how to send you that video.
You can just share it. Just send it to me on a message. Just message me.
See, some it's kind of weird how some do really well and some don't. Like, I don't understand TikTok.
No, me neither. Other than I know it's Chinese spyware.
That's what people say.
People are saying, people are talking. Fantastic.
Like, I've got I've made no money off this. I've got 20,000 hearts.
On the Lewis Hamilton one?
Yeah.
Send it to me. Let me see it. Just iMessage me and let me look at it right now.
No money. Everyone's commenting on it. You know, again, it's a little bit about like if you say controversial things and they're a little bit borderline, everyone gets like. Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Let me watch this.
What does that number mean? It says only 500,000 plays, but that's not true. It was higher than that, I thought. Now we're just watching ourselves look at. Fuck.
Wait, I can't hear you because you're talking. Wait, I didn't get it. I got to watch it again. I don't understand.
Yeah, it's because it's on TikTok. So
Explain it to me. Give me the context to
the
that.
context was that Lewis Hamilton left McLaren, went to Mercedes, and Mercedes was not doing very well. But they had Nicky Lauda said, "Look, trust me, we have the game plan, new engines, blah blah." So he went over. A year of no good. Then the new regulations came in. It was the best car, and he won 5 world championships or whatever he won. Right? 6, I think. So when Lewis, like the rumor of, or the, I can't remember when that video came out exactly, but when Lewis went to Ferrari, maybe he's planning to do the same thing, right? So like the idea is he's gone to Ferrari this year. It's not done very well, but the new regulations, maybe they nail the car, and then he wins a couple more world championships. And what Nico Rosberg was suggesting potentially was that the timing was right, and that he might have been a bit lucky that they nailed it. Because had they not nailed it, you know, he would have not won 6, whatever, however many world championships he won with Mercedes. So that's what the joke was, because Nico stops himself from saying stroke of luck.
Right.
Right. And so, yeah. And you know, it seems like that sort of dumb posting works. So it really makes me sad, because it's like,
Just don't be sad. Save your sadness for
all formula,
your
all everyone just go out and see live music, go see live entertainment, go see plays, go see comedy, because TikTok and social media and it is all it is it's popcorn garbage that you just flick through. It's like,
but also, and Milky, you're right, and make clips and put it on, because I'm not on social media. So come on, if you can't beat them, join them, and do more of those videos when you watch the race. And were you watching that race live, or just whenever you had recorded it, right?
Yeah, I usually watch it in the morning, but
so it doesn't matter when we do it.
No, I think it's probably good to like, if I made that clip of that call up into, it would have been good to make it on Sunday. But I'll make it like, because I had one clip that I posted a couple days after the fact of, I can't remember what it was, but it hasn't done as well. But that also might just be people aren't finding it. I don't get it. I don't know. I really don't understand how it works.
Yeah, no, I understand that you don't understand.
And I understand that you don't understand that I don't understand.
So I'm going to do the same, because I can't make the clips thing, but I can make shitty ones with my phone and watching something on them. I think I'm going to do the start of that race. I'm going to play Alex Jakes losing his mind over Max's pass, and I'm going to say something like, "It was a great pass. I want to make sure Alex Jakes is okay. Did he blow an O-ring?"
Yeah. Or you could do that. I actually think you'd be good at memes. Like taking an image from the race and putting down like a little funny sentence associated with, you know what I mean? That's what a meme is, right? Like you see Flavio Briatore with his mouth drawer open, like,
Oh yeah, that's good. That's good.
right? Franco Calapinto, right? Like,
You know what else I think I like is the way we talk about how we're going to figure out stuff on our podcast.
yeah, it's a part. No one has this. No one's doing this.
No, and no one knows we're doing it.
Yeah, and which is the way it should be.
Okay. I mean, I'm with you. I don't want to advertise, but I've
No.
gotten to a point now where we've been doing this for 6 months or so, and I think people would like this.
I think some people would. So let me go take a
But
dump.
you don't want to advertise. You want
No,
to keep
no.
it just
No,
between
no, I do.
us.
No, I do think we should make clips. I don't want to spend money on advertising, though. I don't
Well,
want to
let's
spend,
just, may I suggest we make it fun
and it gets done.
and it gets done. So whatever you're doing in the rest of your life with comedy department,
Yeah,
or
just add this on.
just don't, we'll do it the opposite
Okay.
of comedy department. We'll do it the opposite of the hard stuff you're doing, because
Okay.
I don't like that stuff either. So as long as it's fun, you're reading something.
No, yeah,
You're
look
reading
what it says.
something else.
Best viewers on streambo.com. Remove this. What is that? It just showed up. Did you see that?
I didn't see it.
Oh, well, maybe it's the way your screen's laid out. Take a look. You'll see something.
I'm
I
trying to be
understand.
motivating.
I know. And I'm motivated to go to the washroom.
Okay. See you later.
So send me this WeTransfer. Actually, not this one. This is an offensive podcast. We're not going to do this one.
Well, are you going to use any of them?
I'm going to try.
Okay, because why I'm saying is because the WeTransfers seem useless, and I also ran out of my limit, so I'd have to
Just let me
pay
use
for a.
No. Let me use the ones I've got.
Okay, but you have to
Fine.
go to the bathroom again?
I've had
That's
2
what-
coffees and I've upset my wife, so I have to purge it.
Wow, I'm going to purge something else.
Oh boy.
All right.